I'll never forget that night. The ovens hissed, the clock crawled, the neon buzzed like a trapped fly. We were minutes from closing. I wanted to go home, to silence, to sleep. He phone rang. A knife through the quiet. I was alone at the counter, counting tips, swallowing a painkiller for a headache that wouldn't quit. I picked up silence, not the normal kind, the kind that listens back. I hung up. A minute later, it rang again. I answered, breath held, heart thudding, more silence, colder, thinner, like a winter draft under a locked door. Then a voice, papery and weak, an old woman. I want a regular pie. Delivery. No name, no rush, just distance. I said nothing but inside. I screamed to be done. I called to my boss delivery request. Go, she said, drop it and head home. We're closing. Tips are tips. Old folks. Tip well, I told myself. I took the address, but she had already hung up. Rude or tired, I couldn't tell. I told the chef, one regular. Box closed, receipt stapled. My boss waved me out. A little before 10, I slid into my car. GPS glowed pale blue. 7 miles, quiet side of town. I drove, past shuttered storefronts, past empty bus stops, past the last open gas station, humming like a lonely lighthouse. The streets thinned, houses crouched low and dark. My headlights found the number. A small, one-floor house. Windows blank, lights dead. I killed the engine and stepped into the chill. Crickets, bar dogs, no other sound. I carried the pizza to the door and pressed the bell. Nothing. I pressed again. Longer. Still nothing. Maybe the wrong address. Maybe she fell asleep. I turned to leave. That's when I saw movement at the window. A shape, still as furniture, suddenly there. I stepped closer, breath frosting the glass. An old woman, late 70s maybe, skin pale like old wax. She stared at me, eyes too steady, face empty. I have your pizza, I called through the pane. No blink, no nod. I raised my voice. Ma'am. Her lips pulled slowly into a smile that never reached. Her eyes. Something cold walked, its fingers down my spine. I backed away. Enough is enough, I decided. I hurried to the car. Pizza clutched, hands shaking. I started the engine. I looked right. One last glance at the house. She was there. Double quote, ... Standing inches from my passenger window. Same face. Same smile. Closer. My breath snagged. She didn't move, but the night seemed to tilt toward her. I locked my doors. The glass fogged with my breath. Hers didn't. She stared through me, as if checking something behind my eyes. I gripped the wheel, told myself to go, but the road felt far, as if the street had stretched. Her smile deepened, teeth too neat, too many shadows between them. I lifted the pizza box defensively, a stupid shield. She tilted her head, listening to something I couldn't hear. Then her mouth moved, slow words I couldn't catch. It was just after 7. The forest road stretched endlessly, dirt and gravel crunching beneath my tires. 15 minutes of driving. No lights, no voices, only trees, leaning in like watchful giants. Then the GPS chimed. Arrival. Before me stood an old wooden cottage. Walls faded, roof sagging, lawn wild and knee-high. It sat alone, surrounded by endless forest silence. I carried the pizza to the front door. No bell, just a cracked wooden frame. I knocked. Hollow echoes rushed inside. Footsteps followed, slow, deliberate, until they reached the door. Then silence. My stomach twisted. That's when I noticed the peephole. I called out, "It's the pizza guy." A harsh voice answered from the other side. Colin brings it out back. The footsteps never moved away. He was still there, listening. I hesitated. My instincts screamed, "Don't." But memories of my boss, his temper, pushed me forward. Through the wild grass, I circled the cottage. Back there, an old shed, a tiny patio, a table with 4 chairs. One chair was occupied. The head of a person facing away from me. "Excuse me," I called. No movement. Louder this time. "Excuse me." Still frozen. Then, behind me, a whisper. "Psst, who's in here?" I spun around. A man peeked from the corner of the house, grinning ear to ear. His eyes wild, his smile too wide, teeth glistening unnaturally. "Come over here," he said softly. "I want to show you something." My chest collapsed in terror. Without thinking, I ran, pizza box still clutched in my hand, absurd shield against madness. Around the cottage, through the tall grass, to my car. I slammed the door shut, engine roaring to life. I spun around. A man peeked from the corner of the house, grinning ear to ear, his eyes wild, his smile too wide, teeth glistening unnaturally. "Come over here," he said softly. "I want to show you something." My chest collapsed in terror. I didn't stop until the road widened, hands trembling. I pulled over and called the police. Later, they told me that cottage was abandoned. No one had lived there in years. I quit my delivery job days later, but one thought haunts me still. If I had turned, just once, I would know who, or what, sat in that chair. If you enjoyed this chilling tale, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more. I spun around. A man peeked from the corner of the house, grinning ear to ear, his eyes wild, his smile too wide, teeth glistening unnaturally. "Come over here," he said softly. "I want to show you something." My chest collapsed in terror. I worked late that night, the kind of shift that stains your bones with cold. Polk House was quiet behind me. The shortcut ahead was darker than memory. Fog smeared the trees. The road narrowed into a tunnel of black. I drove alone, engine low, tires grinding dirt and gravel. Then, movement. A shape burst from the bushes. I slammed the brakes. A sickening bump. A hollow thump under the hood. I sat frozen, hands shaking on the wheel. I hit someone. I stepped out into the cold fog. A man lay by the tire, black hoodie up, face hidden. "Sir, can you hear me?" No answer, no movement. Panic crawled up my throat like wire. From the left, a scream tore through the trees. Another person, somewhere in the woods. I looked down at the man by my car, still. 1 minute, I breathed and stepped into the trees. The forest swallowed my voice. The scream didn't return. Leaves whispered. Night insects clicked. "Where are you?" I shouted. Opposite me, a figure hid behind a trunk, perfectly still. I ran. I broke from the trees and reached the car. Breath burning, heart stuttering. The man I'd hit was gone. No drag marks, no footprints, just fog folding over itself. Every instinct begged me to leave. I locked the doors, started the engine, rolled back onto the road. The shortcut curved like a spine. The fog blinked in my headlights. I finished the delivery anyway. Habit is stronger than fear. A middle-aged woman opened the door, warm light spilling from behind her. She paid, then stared past my shoulder. "They let you have delivery partners now?" My mouth dried. "What do you mean? What's wrong with you and your car?" I turned. Someone sat in my back seat. A dark hood, a face I couldn't see, breath I couldn't hear. I felt the world lean. "Call the police," I whispered, using her phone with shaking hands. Sirens grew from far away, spider-thin and slow. By the time they arrived, the backseat was empty. The officers searched the car, the road, the ditch where my brakes had screamed. They found a blood-stained knife on the floor behind the driver's seat. The hooded man was gone, but his choice wasn't. If I hadn't delivered that pie, I would have driven home with a stranger breathing down my neck. I quit deliveries a few days later, but sometimes, in fogged-up glass, I catch a shape in the rear view that isn't there, and I remember the bump, the thump, and the silence that followed. If you enjoyed this chilling tale, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more.